Day 1. You are not an organ, not even close. You are a microscopic cluster of cells, smaller than a grain of sand, floating in the darkness of a body that has not yet breathed. You have no shape, no color, no identity, just genetic instructions dividing you again and again. Chemical signals move through the embryo like invisible traffic lights, telling some cells to become heart, some to become brain, and you to become something essential. You do not choose this. You are assigned. By week 4, you begin to take form. Your cells specialize into hepatocytes, the working units of the liver, multiplying faster than most other cells in the body. Blood vessels start connecting to you early, because survival will depend on your work long before birth. You grow quickly, not because you are special, but because the body cannot afford to wait for you. You are being built for duty, not comfort. Before the body takes its first breath, you are already working. You help produce blood cells for the developing baby and regulate essential chemicals inside the womb. You maintain balance in a world that is completely silent. No one sees this. No one acknowledges it. There is no applause, no recognition, just continuous function. You are learning, in a sense, what your entire life will be like. Constant labor, invisible to the body you serve. The body is born, crying, breathing, alive. From the outside, this looks like a beginning. For you, it is an escalation. Your workload increases instantly. Oxygen enters the bloodstream, digestion begins, toxins appear, and you are now fully responsible. Your shift does not start today. It simply becomes heavier. Now fully formed, you become the body's most overworked organ. Every minute, you filter nearly 2 liters of blood, removing toxins, alcohol, and metabolic waste that would otherwise poison the system. You store excess sugar as glycogen, creating an emergency fuel reserve the body can use when food is scarce. When energy is needed, you release it back into the bloodstream. You produce bile, a greenish fluid that travels to the intestines and breaks down fats so they can be absorbed. Without you, digestion would fail. You regulate cholesterol, process medicines, and neutralize harmful chemicals that enter through food, drink, and air. You act as a biochemical firewall. You also support the immune system by removing bacteria from the blood and helping maintain hormonal balance. If the body is a city, you are simultaneously its power plant, its waste treatment facility, and its water purification system. At age 3, the body discovers sweetness. Chocolates, candies, sugary drinks, brightly colored treats that feel like love but function like labor. Each time sugar enters, you convert the excess into fat for storage. This is normal in small amounts. It is part of your job. But habits begin here. What feels innocent to the body becomes routine for you. You process, you store, you adjust, and the cycle continues. Then comes adolescence. Food becomes culture, and culture becomes processed. Pizza, burgers, chips, soda, midnight snacks, constant sugar, constant fat, constant pressure. The body rarely considers what this means for you. Tiny fat droplets begin accumulating inside your cells. At first it is subtle, then it becomes measurable. This is called fatty liver disease. Stage 1. The body feels perfectly fine. You do not. You are now working under strain, even though nothing appears wrong on the surface. Adulthood arrives, and with it, alcohol. Every glass must be broken down by you because alcohol is toxic to the body. Your cells convert it into less harmful substances, but this process creates stress and inflammation. Over time, scar tissue begins forming on your surface. You adapt, you compensate, you continue working, even as damage accumulates. But adaptation is not infinite. There is a limit you will eventually reach. Here is the cruel truth. You have no pain receptors. Unlike most organs, you cannot signal distress through pain. You can be severely damaged, and the body will feel nothing. No warning, no alarm, no immediate consequence. By the time symptoms appear, up to 70% of your tissue may already be destroyed. You suffer in silence, because silence is how you were built. Eventually, the damage becomes too severe. Your function declines, and the body begins to fail with you. Toxins build up, the skin turns yellow, fluid accumulates, and basic processes break down. Machines attempt to replace your role. Dialysis, hospital beds, transplant waiting lists, a desperate search for another liver to do what you can no longer do. The body suddenly realizes your value, but only when it is almost too late. When you fail, the body fails. Every system that depended on your work collapses with you. You began on day 1 as a tiny cluster of cells, assigned a lifelong duty you never chose. You worked silently, tirelessly, without recognition. You were not designed to be harmed, yet you paid the price of the body's choices. You were never the enemy. The body was. Life as a liver might be rough, but there are other organs facing worse. View other videos.